All right, everyone, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2020-25 CR 007922 State versus Jesus Suarez Moreno. Can I have parties announced for the record?
We're paying for the state of Texas.
Javier Padilla for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Moreno? All right, you're here for a motion to reduce bond, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, we were here on October 7th. The motion to reduce bond at that time was withdrawn by the defense. The state agreed for your witnesses to be able to appear by Zoom, but you wanted your witness in person. That's correct?
And they're here today, Judge.
All right, state, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you in agreement to a bond reduction? All right, defense, it's your motion. You may proceed. Do you have any witnesses?
I do. I would like to call Mr. Alex Afron.
Over here, sir. I'm right here with your back again.
And counsel, your client does not need an interpreter.
No,
Okay.
my client does not. Just his mother. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Alex Efron.
Could you spell your last name, please?
Yeah, A is an apple, F is in Frank, R is in Robert, A is an apple, M is in Mary.
All right, you may proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Afron.
Morning.
All right, and so if you all could do me a favor, because the court reporter has to hear, and I know it's normal to face counsel.
Sure.
Yes. All right, and if you'll keep your voice up for the court reporter. All right, defense, you may proceed.
We're here on a bond reduction hearing for Jesus Suarez Moreno. Do you know Jesus?
I sure did.
How do you know him?
I am his boss.
Okay. Tell me about your business. What kind of business do you have?
I'm a licensed general contractor here in San Antonio. We've been in business for many years and Jesus was one of my good employees.
What kind of work does he do for you?
Jesus is an electrician.
Do you know his family as well?
I do. I know his wife. I know his kids. Yes.
Has Jesus been a good employee for you?
Yes, it's been excellent. Yeah.
Would you say he's been dependable,
Yes, absolutely.
reliable?
Yes, absolutely.
If he's granted bond, do you believe he will appear for any court?
Absolutely, he will. Yes, yes.
Do you have any concern or fear that he might flee and not appear for court?
No, not at all.
So if he is released on bond, does he have a job waiting for you?
Yes, I
For him
actually,
with you?
sure, absolutely. The
Yeah.
moment he's out, I'll hire him back right away.
And how much does he get paid per hour?
He gets paid about $250 per day.
Per day?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. And he works how many days a week?
He works about 5 days.
And there's plenty of work for him, so he will be actively employed. What he's doing.
Absolutely, yes.
I'll pass the witness. Your Honor.
State.
Good morning.
I guess start.
Yeah.
Thank you. You said you're a general contractor?
Yes, sir.
What is Mr. Suarez's position?
Electrician,
Electrician.
Mhm.
How long has he been working with you?
over 5 years?
5 years.
Mhm.
Okay, any issues with his work during that time?
No, not at all.
Has he ever shown a place to work at any point?
No, he always shows up.
And you said he makes how much per day, sir?
About 250?
$250?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an electrician.
Okay. Does he get paid cash? You give him checks weekly or?
I'll pay him cash.
Cash?
Yeah.
Cash daily?
Yeah.
Okay. You said he works 5 days a week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you aware of any problems he may have with alcohol or substance abuse?
No,
Has
I'm
he
not
ever-
aware of that.
Has he ever shown concerns to you about it?
No,
Are you aware of the charge that's been given?
I'm kind of aware of it, yes.
Are you aware a little bit of the facts about what happened or not?
Not the whole facts, but I've heard about it.
Um, So despite this, you would feel comfortable hiring him?
Absolutely. He's been around my family, my wife, my daughter, my kids. We've been in multiple homes with multiple females in there. No problem at all.
What type of job site do you guys go to on a regular
We
basis?
do full rehabs,
So is it residential or commercial?
residential.
Residential.
Mhm.
Okay. These residential homes that you come to, are they occupied by the people or are they gone when you guys are gone?
Sometimes they're occupied by people, but majority of them are not occupied.
When they are occupied by people,
Mhm.
is it? Men, women, that are there?
Mostly women,
Mostly women?
mostly women, yes.
Um. The further questions of some of that focus.
Nothing further.
All right, I have a couple of questions. Any objections? All right, so these homes that he's in,
Mhm.
is there any supervision by anyone else or is he in there by himself?
A lot of times he's by himself. We assign him the job and he's by himself. I've never heard anything negative.
And these hours that he works or would be working with you, are these daytime hours, nighttime hours?
Sometimes nighttime, sometimes daytime. It depends on customers.
And would it be on the weekends as well?
Sometimes on weekends, yes.
All right, thank you so much for coming in
Your Honor.
and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, you may call your next witness.
I'll call Maria Moreno.
All right, we have an interpreter for this witness, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And is the language Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if I could have the interpreter, if you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Catalina Delgado, spelled Delgado, license number 2222.
All right, if the witness, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Tell us your name, please.
María del Socorro Moreno.
María del Socorro Moreno.
And are you the mother of Jesus Suarez Moreno?
Soy la mamá de Suarez Moreno.
I am the mother of Jesus Suarez Moreno.
Tell me about your family. How many children do you have?
6 hijos.
I have 6 children.
And Jesus, where does he fit in that group of 6?
Es el más chico. ¿Cómo el más chico? Okay.
He's the youngest. He's the youngest.
And you have grandchildren, great-grandchildren?
17.
Como chico.
Now, are you employed?
No,
Espera hasta aquí. If I may, Judge.
That's okay.
She's answering before.
No. So, excuse me, miss. So we either have to use the interpreter or not. Sometimes I know that people are in the middle of a conversation and they know how a question is going to go. But it would make it so easy for the court reporter if you'll wait until the interpreter finishes interpreting and then answer.
está bien.
Very well.
Okay.
Gracias.
Let's interpret. Okay, where was I? Grandkids, 17 grandkids, okay. Are you retired? Are you still employed?
I don't work. I'm retired.
Okay. And where is your address? Where do you live? If your son is released on bond, would he be living with you?
Sí,
Yes.
Have you ever known? You know Jesus is an electrician, right?
sí.
Yes.
Have you ever known him to not show up to work, to skip work, to not call in, any of those things?
No, no.
No.
Has he always been good and dependable about his employment?
Yes.
Now, do you know how much the bond is in this case?
Sí.
Yes.
How much is it?
123. 123.
123,000.
Actually, it's 125, but that's close enough.
Okay,
Do you know that to post a bond in Bear County, generally you need 10%?
Sí.
yes,
And in this case, 10% would be $12,500.
yes,
Can you afford to come up with $12,500?
No.
no,
Okay. Would any amount of bond that the judge sets, would that be paid by you?
Sí, la mitad de esa cantidad.
yes, half of that amount.
You would get help with whatever the amount is.
Sorry?
No, you said half. Does that mean that somebody else would pay the other half?
No. Yo pagaría, pero, o sea, me dijo que
Okay,
I would pay, but you said half.
no, está enseñando.
So half would be 12,
Sí, sí. No, la mitad.
half.
Ajá.
Okay. Now, if the judge lowers the bond to say 30,000,
Ujú.
would you be able to come up with
Yes.
$3,000?
Sí, yes, sí,
Yes,
sí.
Okay. Would you be able to come up with any more than $3,000?
5,
So you could come up with $5,000, meaning the bond would be 50,000.
yes,
And is that what you would like the judge to set the bond at?
yes,
And you know that, of course, if you put up that money, you're responsible. So would you assure the court that Jesus would show up to court for all these future hearings?
Sí.
yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, state,
Yes, Your Honor, my name is, so, okay, so this is your son,
Sí, sí.
Yes, sir.
and you said how many children do you want?
6.
6,
Okay, how many of those are sons and how many of those are daughters?
4 mujeres y 2 hombres.
4 females and 2 males.
Okay, so 4 daughters and 2 sons,
Sí,
Yes,
and you're saying if this is the youngest, correct?
más chico.
the youngest.
He's the youngest, okay. What are the ages of your other children, please?
El primer, el fish, tiene 52.
The first one is 52.
La mujer, Fish, la primera hija tiene 49.
And the second child, my first daughter, she's 49.
Sí, no, sobre 48.
The next one is 48, the other daughter.
46.
The first child, also a woman, she's 46.
40.
The next one is 40.
Sí.
And then Chewy, my son, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe he's 34.
This is your son, 34?
Yes, this is- I believe so. He was born in 93.
Okay, so your oldest son is 52 years old. And you
Sí,
have
sí.
4 daughters that are 49, 48, 46, and 40.
Sí.
Okay,
Yes,
and where do your other son and your 4 daughters live?
my first son is in Mexico. And my other two daughters are here,
Tu bodas en el-
and the two daughters in Mexico.
Two daughters in Mexico and two daughters here.
Sí.
Do the two daughters that are living here live with you?
No,
No,
es
Okay,
una
so
casa.
they're married.
they're married. Okay, so who lives with you?
Son.
I live alone.
Okay, so if.
I
your
love my house.
Yeah, okay, so if there's something so to granted bond, he'll come live with you, is that correct?
Sí, señor.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
you said you have 17 grandchildren as well? Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
Do you know how many of those are granddaughters and grandsons? That's probably the last one, I'll take that. What are the general age ranges of your grandchildren?
El mayor, la mayor tiene 28, es doctora en Monterrey. El segundo es hombre, tiene 20.
That's, we don't have to do one at a time. What's your oldest one and what's your youngest?
Sí, tiene 28 y la más chiquita tiene, va a cumplir 8 en diciembre.
My oldest granddaughter is 28. She's a doctor in Monterrey. My youngest granddaughter out of all of them, she's 8. She's gonna be 8 in December.
Now, of those 17, you have more granddaughters or grandsons?
I have 3 great granddaughters.
Okay, so 3 granddaughters and then the other 14 are grandsons, is that?
3 great
Oh,
granddaughters.
granddaughters, oh, okay, well, congratulations. Okay. Now you said that if he was granted bond, you would pay half of that amount, is that correct?
Yes,
Or who would pay the other?
that's what I'm going to pay.
Right, you pay one half, but who pays the other?
¿Cuánto sería en total? Es que yo estaba nada más para de los dos de la mitad.
How much would be the total? Because I thought from the 12th I would pay half.
Right, okay, all right, so we'll find out who's gonna pay the that, correct? All right, now, if your son comes to live with you or any of your daughters, your great granddaughters, granddaughers, when come visit?
Yes, yes.
Are you aware of the nature of the charge that's currently pending against their case?
Yes.
Knowing that he is charged with that, do you have any concerns for the daughter, your granddaughters, and your great granddaughters?
No,
No,
Okay, have you ever been concerned about that type of behavior upon Jesus?
no.
no, never.
To your knowledge, does Jesus drink alcohol?
Yes,
To your knowledge, have you ever had a concern for him abusing life?
No,
no,
So he's never had any.
no,
no.
only one.
Only one beer.
Can we drink one beer at a time?
And one time.
One. So he's been drunk one time before, I'm confused.
No, not drunk.
Okay, all right, I think I see. Do you have alcohol in your home?
No,
No,
Jesus comes to live with you, are you gonna allow him to drink in your house?
no.
no, no.
Okay. Is Jesus by any chance in a relationship with anybody?
Anyone understand?
Does he have a girlfriend?
I see one is.
He's married.
He has a wife.
He has a wife.
He's
Okay.
married.
And where is she?
It's that, today, hoy, trabajó.
She worked today.
Where does she live? So Jesus wouldn't even live with his wife and come live with you, right? Does Jesus have
Yes.
children with his wife?
Yes, he has two daughters.
What are her daughter pages, please?
The oldest is 12 and the other one is 7.
All right, any other questions?
I'll keep it brief.
No, no.
Do you have any concern? That Jesus will do anything harmful to any of these grandkids, kids, children that we talked about?
No, no doubts.
And Jesus will be with you, so it's, pending trial, he'll be living. That's all.
Yes.
All right, I have two, well, a couple of questions. It may just turn out to be one. All right, any objections? Do you have any minor grandchildren who actually spend the night at your home?
No.
So if he were released on bond, one of the conditions most likely will be that he is not allowed to have any contact with minor children. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have no further questions.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for coming down and for dressing appropriately for court. Thank you. Oh, and excuse me to the interpreter.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if she's still going to need you to know what happens.
Okay, I'll see you.
All right, thank you. All right, any other witnesses?
No, Judge, that's all I have.
All right, state any witnesses.
Not from the state.
All right, the court will hear argument unless there's any evidence from the state.
The only evidence without just entering the report is 6 Exhibit 1.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
All right, state exhibit number 1 is admitted without objections for purposes of this hearing. And have you had a chance to review state's exhibit number 1?
Yes, I have. Judge.
All right. What is there any relationship alleged, any alleged relationship between the defendant and the complainant?
I don't think they were related.
And the reason why I say that, because I'm reading State's Exhibit number 1, and State's Exhibit number 1, it was mentioned that there's an allegation of a criminal trespass at that location, but then the person is stating that they never signed a request that he not be allowed on the property. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what is the alleged relationship.
They, well, they do know each other, Judge, but as far as a relationship, there really isn't one.
All right, so if you'll give that to the court reporter, please. All right, the court will hear argument. Defense, what are you asking for?
Judge, as you know, it's, the offense is sexual assault. It's not aggravated sexual assault. There are, from, you read the report, there's no independent witnesses who said they saw something, they heard something, they know something.
All right, so here's what I'm telling everyone, because I want the record to be clear. I have not received any testimony. My role here today is just to decide bond, not decide whether it's true or not.
Other than what you've read,
Mhm.
what exists. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Mr. Moreno has been in jail since April 1, so it's over 6 months. The bond, I think, is high at
So what are you requesting for a bond amount?
30,000, Your Honor.
All right, defense is requesting 30,000 for a bond. What are you requesting?
Request of the bond state the amount that it is. We feel that it's appropriate for the charge. The facts has alleged up to this point in the defendant's criminal history. He does have a DWI on his record card, as well as a felony indecent assault here in Bear County. So it seems like this behavior is.
What do you mean a pending indecent assault?
I need to, I'm sorry, my laptop, it doesn't show a conclusion, like, for a DWI can proceed, deferred education.
No, I'm back to the indecency. What is that?
I'm not aware of
Oh,
that.
no, I'm sorry, that's this.
All right, so you're telling me all he has is DWI?
On his record.
All right. If there's nothing else, this is what the court is going to do. Since there was no evidence presented to the court on what he's able to pay, what is in his bank account.
His mom, Judge, that's all he's got.
Well, I mean, no evidence has been presented to the court what his bank account is and how much money he has. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to set his bond at $70,000. There's going to be partial GPS for employment only. Waive GPS fees. All right, is there anything else?
Says that you are no contact with the victim and minor children.
All right, there's to be no contact with the complainant, and there's to be no contact. Well, is the complainant a minor?
No, Judge.
Complaint is not a minor.
No, Judge.
All right, there's to be no contact with the complainant and no unsupervised contact with minors. All right, so he is due back here on, I think, the 20th for the state to tender an offer. State, are you able to tender an offer today? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for a plea deadline date. All right, we'll be back on November 20th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you reached an agreement with the state. If you have not reached an agreement, then your next setting will be a jury trial date, and that will be sometime in the new year. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Record may state to be the one year.
Once it's entered into the record, it's there. Yes. If you want to make a copy of it, I'm sure she'll allow you to do that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And Judge, you know that we're off the record.
All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
Yes, Judge. So this is our first setting. I've gone through some discovery. There is a large amount of discovery that I need to get the DA's office a copy. It's too large to download and it's probably about half a terabyte, I believe. There are two other co-defendants. I believe that my understanding is the DA's office was copying all of the discovery into one file because there's duplicates and and then they were making copies or not sure if they're making copies or we need to get copies of that discovery.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll recall it in 30 days to see where we are. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for discovery.
November 20th.
All right, so we'll be back on November 20th, and that's just for me to see where you all are on discovery. What I can tell you, if this case goes to trial, it'll be sometime in the new year. All right, do you have any questions?
All right, Judge, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. This is very odd. Why is he A on some cases and C on others?
Probably list them on, as a co-defendant.
No, I mean, but on some cases, he's C, in some cases, he's A.
I did. I just, you should mention one thing. It's time.
Can I borrow your list there? Thank you.
Who's that? Mark Oxford. Down, he's on.
On that side.
Yeah. I-
Have all of these. Because
All right, who is next?
next is page 10. First one has his motion.
Jesus Lopez.
Morning,
Good morning. So is this for sentencing? What are we here for?
the judge, this is an MTR that was set today.
Mhm.
I believe.
I need the MTR paperwork. Thank you. Yes,
And the state wants to address you about it.
I mean,
yes.
we're not able to reach an agreement on this at this time. The defense, or I'm sorry, the allegations of the MTR are two new number ones out of Nueces County. We know nothing about him. I did call Nueces County this morning to try to talk to the ADA, to see what's going on with them. If there's anything else we could allege as a potential technical, because he's not willing to plead true to these at this time. I haven't received a return call back.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a contested MTR in 20 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. What date?
I think the November or
November 3rd?
yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll have you back here November 3rd.
Sure.
Thank you.
See you. Not going off together. Thank you.
Oh, defense. Do you have any objections to witnesses appearing by Zoom?
I mean, they are out of county. If I do have to prove it up, it would be easier.
Then I would object, Judge. I don't want to make their job easier.
Yeah, okay. All right, so they'll need to appear in person.
Thank you.
Thank you.
28.
20 days, November 3rd.
Oh.
What date?
Guess I can keep it then. November 10th.
All right, state defense is going to be November 10th. Josh Sanchez. All right, and when you say his attorney is out sick, who is this attorney?
That's Kelly Green.
So Kelly Green is out sick? All right, if you'll come forward. So hello,
Hello,
hi, why were you late?
parking.
Okay, so court starts at 9, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for dressing appropriate for court. What's gonna end up happening is your attorney is sick. Have you been able to have any contact with your attorney?
No,
All right, do you want to keep that attorney or would you like a new attorney appointed?
well, I've never even have contact, so.
All right, just give a second. Let me have, Norma, if you can have Matt come down, please. All right, so we're gonna have someone come down and I'll let you talk to them, okay? All right, thank you. Who's next?
Ibarra, on page 2. That's. Ibarra.
Timothy Ibarra. Hello. So is your client in Bear County or no?
He's not in custody. He is present in Bear County. I just spoke with his mother this morning.
So where is he?
She didn't get any notice. The phone I texted was, not her correct phone, what I had on the reset form, but I just talked with her. She can bring him here tomorrow or next Monday, but he is incompetent.
Okay,
And
all right, he's on the docket, so,
I understand. I tried to
yeah.
explain that to you last week.
yeah, so he'll need to be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0018008 and 2025 CR 0018002B, State versus Alex Avila. Can I have parties announce?
Second Galway for the state.
Faith Castillo for defense, Your Honor.
And we have an interpreter. Again, if you could raise your hand for the record. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Catalina Delgado, license number 2222.
And are you Alex Avila?
Yes.
And counsel, have you been able to communicate with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're here for a sentencing. Have both parties received the PSI and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI or TAP evaluation from either side?
No, Your Honor, just some clarification points on the PSI, so. On the previous, it says previous criminal history. We're coming together on all of the cases, so that's just to note there was no actual prior to these instances that were taking place.
All right. Are there any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, we have one, Marisol Morales, if we could call her to this.
All right, if you'll call your witness in.
Defense would like to call Marisol Morales.
All right, if you'll remember to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear. Yes. All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Marisol Morales.
All right, you may proceed.
Good morning, Ms. Morales. Can you state your occupation for the court today?
I am a licensed master social worker for the public defender's office.
And I'm so sorry, if you could not turn towards her when you speak, it's just so the court reporter can hear. Thank you.
Ms. Morales, how long have you been with the public defender's office?
Approximately 8 years.
And what do you do for the office?
I meet with our felony clients to do assessment.
Do you have any background in the work you do in your licensures?
Yes, like stated, I'm a licensed master social worker with a specialty in mental health and substance use. I'm a licensed drug and alcohol counselor. I have a certification as a trauma professional. I've completed approximately 3,000 hours of clinical supervision with mental health diagnosing and assessing. I've worked in the mental health and substance use field for approximately 27 years.
And have you worked with clients around these type of charges before?
I've provided expert testimony in 17 felony cases.
Has that been here with Bear County
Yes, ma'am.
and other counties?
No.
Ms. Morales, is this a copy of your resume?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm tendering a copy to the court and to prosecution defense exhibit a copy of Ms. Morales's CV.
Any objections to the court reviewing the CV? No. All right, then defense exhibit A will be admitted.
Your Honor, at this time, due to Ms. Morales's education, licensure, and over 27 years of experience in the fields of mental health, trauma, and substance use, we'd like to offer her as an expert in social work.
All right, any objection? No. All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Morales, are you familiar with the case today?
I am.
How did you get started with it?
It was deferred to me as the attorney for the case.
Do you create any logs when you review information?
I do. I prepare notes or take notes, yes, when I'm meeting with an individual.
And so you're familiar with Mr. Alex Avila, correct?
Very, yes.
What did those meetings look like?
We met over the course of the summer, approximately 3 months. I spent about 20 hours with him, interviewing, assessing his life history.
Is that your normal routine with felony clients?
Yes, with any client.
And how long are these meetings?
Anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half.
Are they in person? Are they over video?
It's a mixture
Okay.
of video and.
So you completed an assessment for Mr. Avila.
I did.
How many times do you recall meeting with Mr. Avila?
Probably about 10 times.
And during those meetings, what do you talk about?
We go over his background, childhood, education, family history, just, starting at the beginning, any trauma that the person may have experienced. Just an overall picture of who the person is.
Okay. Do you remember preparing it for Mr. Avila?
Yes.
I'm showing a copy of the assessment to Ms. Morales, tendering a copy to the court.
Any objection?
And also to the stage.
I would object just to it being admitted, because she can ask questions about like the work that she did, but as far as it.
All right, the objection will be sustained.
Ms. Morales, you spoke with Mr. Avila, correct? And what was his background that you?
Very, born and raised in Mexico, parents married, most of his education was in Mexico. Nothing stood out that he reported, any traumatic events as far as any physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. They arrived here in the United States when he was about 16 years old and enrolled in the San Antonio School District.
Did you review any mental health assessments with him?
Did I review any? No.
No, okay.
there were none available.
What about substance use?
We did review his substance use history and he did not meet the criteria for any diagnosis.
I'm gonna move on to different considerations you make when you're meeting with clients. What are the ones that you take into account?
Well, when I'm doing an overall assessment for somebody, it's not just looking at their whole life development, what's happened, how did we get here? But I also look at mental health, anything that may have impacted that, anything that may have impacted normal human development. I also conduct assessments for risk.
Are there different type of factors that you take into consideration?
For any risk assessment, whether it's itself or anyone in the court system, we take a look at factors such as the criminal history, the age of the offense, whether any substance use or mental health were factors that played into how we got today, their marital status, their education level, their work history, whether they show any disposition to criminal orientation, several factors.
And let's start with the first type, static factors. What do those?
The static factors are things that do not change in the person's life, which typically is the criminal history, the age of the offense, their whether their parents were married, there's things that are kind of black and white.
And what did you find for Mr. Avila?
This is his first criminal offense. That was a big factor that impacted his eventual risk level.
And how old was he at the time of the offense?
He was 17.
And does that have any effect on your evaluation?
Well, it's a big consideration when we're talking about risk and how we got here. That's the purpose of my assessment, is just to give context on what happened. And for Mr. Avila, he was 17 at the time of the offense. And as we know, particular this court, that 17-year-olds don't exactly have always great decision making. At that age, their brains are still developing. Their prefrontal cortex, which is kind of where we have our decision making and our impulse control, is not fully developed. And that was one of the factors that I took a look at with Alex.
Does anyone else in his family have any history of criminality that you know
No. And I did speak with both parents, and there was no criminal history reported on minors.
What about early behavioral problems?
No, Alex actually was a pretty typical average adolescent. Up until this offense, he was basically going to school, very involved with soccer. There was nothing really outstanding happening in his life prior to something.
You mentioned you reviewed and spoke with him different school records. What did school look like for him based on what you talked about with him and what you reviewed?
Well, they got here when he was about 16. Usually when individuals arrive here when they're younger, it's very much easier to assimilate. They pick up language quicker. Their skills, they're a little bit more like sponges, but little bit older that you get, it becomes a little more difficult. But in reviewing his records, he actually was an average student, about B and C. No disciplinary or attendance issues.
What about the dynamic risk factors? What are those?
So the dynamic risk factors are things that can see in a person's life. That's where we look at mental health, substance use, their peers, their attitudes towards crime, those things that can fluctuate throughout a person's life course.
And what did you find from Mr. Avila?
Well, one of the things that I take a look at is the behavioral history. And because as we get older, there are individuals who can display pro-criminal attitudes, and that's not something that I found with Alex. And spending time with him and talking to his family, looking up at the school records. He doesn't seem to, he does not display antisocial personality traits at all. He generally thinks well at school, pretty okay, and substance use, or mental health that was impacting.
I want to talk more about the impact of him as a young adult. What did you find when looking into the case in terms of the implication of incarceration?
Well, the time of the offense, Alex was 17, now he is 18. And unfortunately, what the research tells us is that individuals who are in that young adult age group are at much higher risk of victimization in the prison system, especially for first-time offenders, that more at risk for physical and sexual assaults. There was a study 2013, I believe, by the Bureau of Statistics that Texas is one of the highest reporters of violence against individuals between the ages of 18 and 20.
And so how does that involve Mr. Avila?
Well, it places him at high risk. Absolutely. He would be facing significant challenges due to his age, putting him at risk with older, more experienced individuals who are in the system. And that can lead to more issues that come up later on in his life.
In your overall expert opinion after meeting with Alex and conducting all of your research, how would you describe to the court Alex overall?
I would place him probably lower end of being a risk to the community. That's one of the factors that I do take a look at. I understand the nature of the offense of the individual. I understand what has happened, but for Alex, he's got a lot of protective factors that help mitigate those risk factors that he may have. He does have a supportive family, he was going to school, he's single, he doesn't have any children. And I think that would place him at the lower end of being a future risk to the community.
Ms. Morales, did you have a chance to review the pre-sentence investigation report?
I did.
Was there anything you disagreed with within the report?
Maybe not necessarily disagree. I just have a very different perspective because I was able to spend a significant amount of time with Alex, and that would be, I think, the assessor for the PSI put a pre-contemplation contemplation stage, and that would mean that maybe he's not ready to accept what is coming up against. I would probably place him in the preparation, which is he has expressed a lot of remorse for what has happened. He fully acknowledges and takes responsibility, and I think those are very important factors. We're looking at whether somebody will return to committing crime.
Is there any difference if a youth takes accountability early on versus not taking any accountability at all?
No, like I said, it makes a huge difference. That's actually one of the factors that we also look at when assessing risk.
No further questions, Your Honor. We pass the witness.
All right, State.
You stated that you're familiar with Mr. Avila, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, you became familiar with him over with him 8 times in months of May and August. Is that fair to say? Yes. Okay. And so in your assessment of him, you stated it's your testimony that you place him off of low risk. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so what like metric are you using to determine whether he's a risk to the community?
It would be similar to what probation, their trust system uses, looking at the static and dynamic factors. And I did list some, looking at antisocial attitudes, antisocial fears, personality patterns, history of antisocial behavior, marital factors, in education, employment, pro-social, leisure activities, criminal history, age of offense, family history. It's similar to what probation uses.
Okay, and so regarding the criminal history aspect of it, you stated that this was his first criminal offense, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and so when you're factoring in your assessment, you're aware that he's here for 3 separate aggravated robberies,
correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so when you're doing your assessment, you just count that as one criminal transaction, or do you factor it in as 3 separate offenses?
3.
Okay, and so it's still your belief that this involvement, 3 aggravated robberies, you believe that he's a low risk to community?
Yes, because I'm not just looking at the offenses. There are other factors that you have to look at in order to make a complete assessment of what their risk is. So although the criminal offenses are a factor, it's not the only thing that we have to take into account.
Okay, and so something else that you take into account is the support that he has surrounding him, is that correct? And that's something that's been unchanged since before and after the offense, correct?
The individuals that are supporting him, no, that has not changed.
Okay, because his parents have been married, correct?
Correct.
He has siblings, correct?
Correct.
They all came to the United States together, correct?
Correct.
They were all living together at the time of this offense, correct?
Correct.
And so how do you factor that into what's gonna change between before when he had this support system and chose to commit the crimes and then now?
Well, one of the things that did change in their family makeup was that when they were living in Mexico, mom was a stay-at-home mom and father was the main provider for the household. And that changed when they came to the United States, where both parents had to work. And when we talk about support, it's love and encouragement, but the way the house was running did significantly change from what Alex had been raised with up until the age of 16.
Okay, so it's your opinion that that factors into his choice to go commit 3 aggravated robberies?
Based on everything that I know, yes, that is a factor that I also consider.
Okay, and is the mother still currently working?
I do not believe so.
Okay, yeah, but either way, I mean, based on your report, one of Alex's siblings has health issues, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so mother and possibly father got at work, they're pretty busy taking the sibling to different doctor's appointments, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so there's a lot of time periods possibly that if this court were to grant him probation, that he would be alone and possibly falling back to the wrong crowd, correct?
My understanding and in speaking with the family, that dynamic is going to change. That's why it's a dynamic factor. It's things that can fluctuate up and down. And the family has renewed a commitment to do things differently and sort of evaluate the importance of certain things in their life. And one of the things that they have chosen to do as parents is to become more involved and make the necessary changes to provide a supportive environment for Alex.
Okay, but there's still possibility, right, that he would be by himself while the mother's taking the other child to health appointments, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you stated that there's significant challenges in prison. Okay, one could say that there's also significant challenges in the Bexar County Jail, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but Mr. Avila seemed to get along fine at the Bexar County Jail, right?
There have been, he has been the victim of some physical assaults in the jail.
Have they been reported?
No, and that's really not unusual. If you're telling jail, bad things can happen to you.
But he's made some friends in jail, right? Even an inmate got chose to write a letter on his behalf, correct?
Yes, he has found some peers in the jail.
We passed the letter.
Just a few clarification and follow-up.
Yes.
Ms. Morales, when you're conducting your evaluations and assessments, family is one part of it or all of it?
No, it's one part.
And so when you're sitting down with parents and you're talking with Alex, what are the type of things that you talk about, and what changes do you see?
Well, we discussed the current situation, what their thoughts and feelings are, what they would do different. That's always kind of a difficult topic to talk to parents about. Obviously, no parent wants this for their child. But Alex's parents have done some thinking, evaluating what did they do, what could they have done differently. And I think that based on my conversations with them, that it's kind of, it's been their come to Jesus moment, if I may say, realizing that some mistakes were made and the things that they want to do differently.
I know the state asked you a couple of questions about Alex being by himself. Are there any significant risks in any of your assessments when it comes to him maybe being at home with his siblings by himself?
As far as, I'm sorry.
As far as how behaviors or patterns or anything like that when you review the assessments?
Well, obviously, no one is going to be under 24-hour surveillance in their home. So yes, there will be moments that Alex will be by himself or alone with his siblings. And that's where the importance of level of supervision, the engagement with his probation officer or whoever the supervising person is, that's going to be very important. Also, going back to school, doing that full time. He didn't have any disciplinary when he was attending school. And he has really verbalized his understanding of the importance of education if he's to turn things around.
So being on probation would actually help Alex in this instance?
For Alex, yes. There are classes that he would be required to take, reporting requirements, obviously probably UAs that he would have to take. He would be on a more rigid schedule and also being more around, his parents have committed to being more responsive to any issues that they may see.
Further questions, Your Honor?
Any further questions?
No, you're
Defense rests.
I just have one question.
Yes.
Any objections? So are you aware that in the stipulations, it says that at the jail, he was using another inmate's PIN number to make phone calls? Elaborate.
So Alex is kind of caught in between the adult but not really adult stage of thinking.
Mhm.
So it's not unusual that peers, people his age, may have a bigger impact at this point. The good thing is that changing can think, that thinking can change. He can learn new skills. His brain, the little prefrontal cortex and the amygdala will be making those connections as he gets older, which will lessen the impulsivity and give him more emotional regulation and making good decisions.
All right, thank you so much.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes. All right, you have any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor, defense rests.
Jack. So I previously spoken with Ms. Castillo, and there are some letters that I'm not objecting to her offering.
All right, and are you Mr. Lopez? All right, you entered a plea of no contest on October 7th. You applied for deferred adjudication. The PSI was waived. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposed to your application. This will run concurrently with 2025 CC 006611, and there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. Are both parties ready to proceed with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any witnesses state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witness? All right, you may call your witness.
We'll call Terry to the room.
And counsel, if she needs to have a seat, she can have a seat in a chair.
Oh, okay.
All right, you may be seated. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I'm going to need you to keep your voice up because the court reporter has to hear. If you'll state your name for the record.
Terry Dillon.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. President. I have a few questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. I don't know, Mr. Lopez.
The son,
Is your son? How many children do you have?
3.
What does he fall with that line?
Mhm.
Should they? Now, Ms. Lopez, does your son live with you?
If he live with me,
Does he live with you?
no,
Where's he at?
he's homeless, sometimes his brother.
Sometimes he said. So when you say he's homeless, how long has he been homeless?
Ever since he got divorced,
And you say he got divorced, what caused him to be homeless?
I guess drugs.
Drugs? Okay.
And
Now, when he's homeless, does he still see you?
yes,
And how often does he see you?
almost every day.
What does he do? Try to see.
He was to make sure if I'm okay, if I need something. It's what I need.
When we go there, what does he do?
Like if I need something from the store, like something.
He would not clean up well.
Yeah, he does my trash.
Now, even though he's homeless, does he work?
Yes, he does.
What does he do?
He does construction, he works in one day. And then we go in and work that day and then the next day you gotta like that.
Day labor job?
Yeah, we go.
Have you ever seen him be fined?
No,
And how did that feel on you?
no,
And you mentioned something about, what do you mean by that?
or he's always like, I use something like that.
You don't know what kind of. No?
No.
What about alcohol?
Sometimes he comes with beer.
You think that's big problems as well? Okay, so,
Any
No
questions?
questions.
All right, I just have a few. Any objection? Yes. Okay. So, give me some information about your son. Where did things start going wrong for him as far as the choices he's been making in his life?
Back in the drugs and alcohol.
No, I mean, when did he start on this path that he's on now?
Right now, it got worse when he got divorced.
Mhm.
That's when he started being homeless. He still works. He will work and buy his drugs or something.
And what drugs has he been using?
I know when he was teenage, he used to smoke.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. And thank you for giving me some insight into your son. I appreciate it. All right, anything else?
no further steps, so.
Okay. State you're opposed. You may proceed.
Your Honor, we're asking that you deny his applications and sentence him to 10 years and TDC. And that's based upon the evidence that was stipulated upon, which essentially states that it's alleged that the victim and the defendant got into an argument regarding an alcoholic beverage. They engaged in some sort of physical altercation, and then it died down for a short period of time, and the defendant returns with a knife, stabs the victim. That's supported by multiple witness statements that are in stipulations, so we would ask that you deny his application and sentence him to 10 years.
All right, defense.
I agree with the state except for the 10 years and a little bit about, you read the reports. of what
Yes.
transpired. There was, I guess, another homeless gentleman who actually stole a beer. I'm not, condoning his actions. Problem is at a bus stop where he has had numerous phones stolen from him. I guess that day he had just had enough. And when we say it was a brief time, it was an extremely brief time to the point that we were deciding whether it was going to be self-defense or not. Having said that, Judge, you heard his mother talk about the drugs, but he's not your typical homeless person. I think this is a person that's needs some type of help to get his where he's going, what he's doing. He hasn't fallen off the grid of society. He's still trying to participate in society. And if you look at his criminal history, the state was going to get into that a little bit. Most of it is marijuana based. I think it's K2 and Kush and all that stuff. No hard drugs, but a lot of smoking and drink. We're respectfully requesting for adjudication and with any kind of treatment, he is willing to do inpatient treatment, should work, build that route, life skills to get it back to where it needs to be.
All right, so I have a couple of questions. Number one, and if your client wants to answer it, who is Angelica to him? Was that a friend?
No, I believe, is it the witnesses?
Yes.
I believe all the witnesses were just witnesses in the prosecution. I don't know.
Because, and let me just tell you my issue with granting your application. In the stipulations, it says, Angelica said Avelino accused Tristan of stealing his beer. And they began to fight. Now, other witnesses are saying it was this verbal altercation. And I'm using the word altercation because that's how they put it in the police report. But then they said it became a physical altercation. And Angelica said everyone told them, hey, stop fighting. And she said, then you walked away. And then she said that then you returned and approached Tristan from behind and stabbed him 2 times.
If I may, Judge, it's almost unfair for the court.
No, I'm just saying what's in the steps.
I understand that. What I'm getting at is it's almost unfair. All this was fine.
I'm sorry, what?
All of this was calm.
Okay.
Because it was at a bus stop. And so technically that's right. But when we say walk away, it's just a little verbal things. It was a scuffle.
All right, does anyone?
When we said we walk away, it was a walk away.
Oh, does anybody?
It was, that's why I explained it as brief, but it was not like a prolonged, it was like a minute or less.
A minute or two come back. It was a.
So does anybody want to amend the steps for the court to see the video?
I have no objection at the court.
Judge, let me just give it burned on a medium for the court to review.
Okay.
It's not in anyway.
Okay. Because that would help me, because just reading the steps. All right, thank you. If you would like to, you can have a seat. They're going to let me see this and then we'll go from there. Sometimes that's why it's so important to watch videos, because statements read differently than video. So I do see in the video that this appeared to be a continuous altercation. And there really wasn't, I thought maybe from the way the stipulation reads, it reads as though there was a cessation of any type of altercation. And then you come back with the complainant being unawares, but it appears that this was a continual altercation that started out as a verbal confrontation. Then it turned to a physical altercation. Then it stopped for about 2 seconds. Then it's another physical altercation. And it's all up and down in front of the bus stops. And then you fell into the street, almost got hit by a vehicle, and then the altercation continued. So here's the thing. You only have two choices. These are your two choices. There are no other choices, so do not ask for any other choices. Your first choice is I'll find you guilty. I'll sentence you to 5 years in prison. I'll ask for the therapeutic community. Your other choice is I will give you deferred adjudication. That deferred adjudication will be for 10 years and you are going into inpatient treatment or either felony drug court. Those are your only two options. You have no other option. Which do you choose? Do you want to discuss it with your attorney? All right. All right. All right, the court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no residing in households with minors. In custody, we can see if felony drug court will take them. So in custody, there's going to be a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, there's going to be a TAP evaluation. And I am telling you now, that TAP evaluation, regardless of what it says, you're doing inpatient treatment because you need, it's obvious to the court that you need inpatient treatment. And the reason why I'm going to request a TAP evaluation, even though I'm saying inpatient treatment, is because they will not take you anywhere unless the TAP evaluation has been completed. So Ms. Abrams, TAP evaluation in custody, if not accepted in felony drug court, and he's either going to end up doing SATF or SafeP. If they recommend SafeP, of course, it will be SafeP. If they recommend SATF, it will be SATF. If they don't recommend inpatient at all, it will be SATF. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. And do y'all, was there a restitution amount for the complainant or no?
Judge, he made communication with the complainant and he did say that he had the medical bills, but we don't have an exact amount. So I would request just a restitution hearing. That way I can reach out to University Hospital and get documentation of that.
All right, there's to be no contact with Tristan Mills. Ms. Ferguson, I need a restitution hearing in 30 days. All right, we'll have a restitution hearing on November 20th. This will run concurrent with 2025 CC 00611. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any children? What are their ages?
17, 21, 24.
Okay. Probation, is there anything else? All right. With regards to the community service hours, 100 hours of those will be waived once you complete anger management. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, you're not.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you do not get control of your drug use and maintain your sobriety, only one or two things going to happen. Either you're going to end up in prison or in jail, or either somebody's going to have to identify your body, and more likely than not, that will be your mom. So you're going to have to give up this lifestyle. If you do not, there's going to be a problem. And if you can't do it for yourself, then if you love your mom, you need to do it for her, because I'm sure she doesn't want to do this. And I'm sure she is always worried whether or not she's going to get a call that you're dead. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Started out well. That finished early. I was in and out of the words.
Mhm.
Eight, not in any particular order.
He's catching himself. Okay.
8, 9, 12, like in order.
Mhm.
I go to felony first officer.
Yeah.
144th to 90th. And unfortunately, when I checked out, I didn't see Steve's case after.
Mhm.
But
No, you're usually here. I appreciate that.
I even came in talking to him about another case I had set in 2 days to see if we can get a paperwork started on something else.
See, and then this one just slips through the cracks. That happens. All right, so this case is new. Where are we on discovery?
I know that one, I believe the case were recently indicted for discovery. I still need time to look through things.
Okay.
And even in one of the case files, they hadn't printed out the tampering with evidence in one case, so I couldn't show the police reports. She had questions about that.
Mhm.
However, Joanne Doyle's and myself filed a psychological evaluation. A doctor at the jail filed a letter with one of the reports that the extent of the letter was not detailed, but essentially saying that perhaps they recognized her name, paid the system before, that there was some mental health concerns. So there's psychological evaluation pending with that doctor that we didn't request.
So how are people requesting things for people's clients without conferring with attorneys?
I spoke with her, and she's intelligent, she understands what she's trying to do. I don't believe she's gonna be found incompetent. I think she's smart. She's able to communicate with me. If I detected some type of mental health illness or difficulty communicating, I would have requested evaluation on my own. But because I didn't, and it's the doctor, one of the 4 doctors there. There was 4 now, used to be 5, but I don't know.
So was it requested? Do you think it was requested? Because I see she has some misdemeanor cases. Do you think it was a request by the misdemeanor, or are you on the misdemeanors as well? Okay. Because that needs to be addressed, that persons are,
Doctor's letter didn't have details, so we couldn't find it pretty quickly.
okay. I can understand if maybe they had at least reached out to you all and said, we have some concerns, but just to file one without your input.
I do see that the evaluation is scheduled for November 3rd. I'm still getting this other information.
Well, if you don't have any objections, um, I think the other judges need to be made aware that people who are not the attorney are filing motions or making requests.
Then can we discuss maybe other possibilities?
Oh, no, no, you'll need to speak to your attorney.
The order was presented to that judge, and she granted the competency evaluation. Okay, there's a September 17th, 2025 email. We received this, like, on September 17th, 2025 University Health letter regarding Adeline Steely. Dr. Brian Scott.
Okay,
It's like, quote, this individual reference of maybe unable to assist her attorney in the preparation of her defense due to mental illness may require a competency evaluation.
all right, so if they're saying may require, then, okay, I stand corrected. They still should not do an awaiting a psych evaluation unless you all requested it.
I know Dr. Scott has been there years.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Excellent.
Oh, he is. I had a lot of clients that he had previously examined. So that's why I'm saying it says may.
And I will tell you, that letter was dated September 17th. We received an email from Magistrate Courts Coordinator, September 17th. And the very next day, September 18th, we received an email that the informal inquiry was scheduled already. So I did appear at the informal inquiry,
Mhm.
which should have been on September 30th, and I literally told Judge Rodriguez what I told you about Dr. Scott. His letter, we didn't
Mhm.
request it. But Judge Rodriguez found that was sufficient for the evaluation.
Okay,
And November 2nd or 3rd is not terribly far away.
Mhm.
And I have discussed with my client that I believe that she's likely to be found competent. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor's lawyer.
Norma, can we recall her for November 10th? All right, we're going to recall you for November 10th. Is that a good date for you?
I'll be.
Okay. All right, we'll bring you back on November 10th. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Cortez, we've tried to reach your attorney today. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring you back tomorrow. All right. All right, any questions?
No.
All right, just have your family or somebody reach out to your attorney. We'll send them a notice, but if he calls you, let him know he needs to be here tomorrow.
Could you give me my attorney's name, please?
It says here that they're hired. Is this is this a motion to revoke?
No.
It's a new case? All right, so they have your attorney as Mark Rutledge and that you hired him. So is this your attorney?
Es que yo no lo conozco, yo, la abogada.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know the attorney. A friend of mine is the one that hired me.
Okay. All right. So, well, your attorney needs to be here tomorrow. And your friend who hired them, you know, if they ask, your attorney didn't show today.
So what can I do so these kind of like ends faster?
The only thing I can tell you is that once someone has an attorney that is hired, that's their attorney. I can't give you any advice with regards to that attorney. All I can tell you is that your case is going to be recalled for tomorrow. The system lets the attorney know that you're being recalled for tomorrow, and they should be here tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.